Wellness tourism is travel associated with with maintaining and enhancing one's personal well-being. Anything from walking, hiking, personal development, being with nature, yoga, hot springs. They're made up of anything and everything to do with wellness.
The spa industry plays is a kind of central role in the whole wellness industry. It's redefining itself quite seriously, because before I think people thought spa as a pampering, as a pure luxury activity where you went and had a facial or a massage, and that's still true. Of course, that's a central part of it. But now it's more than that. The activities that the resort spas offer would include the detox programs, the weight loss, but also, anti-smoking, relaxation, sleep programs, all those kind of things.
Spas represent 41% of the wellness tourism economy. In fact, that's crept up a little bit since the review of the numbers in for the last year, but it's still, I believe, around 45%. So there's still a good 55 to 60% represented by other parts of the industry. Well, it was valued last year based on 2012 figures at 439 billion globally. This year it has been reviewed and is now 494 billion. So it's growing at a very rapid rate. In fact, it's a 12% growth rate against the previous year, and I think that stacks up against a global tourism growth rate of 7 or 8%.
The relaxation, the breaking away from the busy life, especially if you live in one of the big cities, is probably one of the key areas, the key benefits that people are seeing from it. So it's taking that time out, and it could be, I've done it several times now. You can go away for 24 hours, have a couple of treatments, but just being in a more relaxed environment, somewhere that pushes you really to think a bit more healthily, maybe do a bit of sport while you're there and just relax. When you come back from 24 hours away in a spa, you actually feel you've been away for 5 days.
And the trends are much more connected to collaboration, I think, between same-sector businesses and also between public and private sector, and actually closing that gap in the disconnect of understanding. I think there are some parts of the world where private sector leads, but there are others, it surprised me a little, where public sector really do understand the benefits of what wellness tourism offers, not just in tourism, but actually how it will segue for other parts of the government, other ministries that will also benefit. And in fact, Mexico is a really good example of that, where the Secretary of State for Tourism there has created a transparency with other ministries where they all come together and understand the benefits to all and have a strategy that moves forward together, so they avoid working in silos and work as a team and a collaboration. And for some public segment, that's a very unusual thing. Well, Switzerland would be one, Austria would certainly be another, and one of the fastest growing segments for embracing or more trumpeting wellness and wellness tours would be Eastern Europe. They're moving really very fast in showcasing what they have. Lithuania, would be one area, that I'd focus in on, because their philosophy and their development within the wellness tourism segment is amazing, and it's surprising that not more people don't know about that.
When I first heard about the data on wellness tourism, it made me realise that after 25 years in travel, we'd never spoken about wellness, definitely then, but even spa before that, as a product, as something that a travel agent can sell. Now we know the industry is growing at a phenomenal rate. It's growing at almost twice the rate that normal travel is. It's something that people are looking for. We're doing a lot of education, so we hope we're going to bring a program together that the travel industry will be able to understand better this sector that is growing at a phenomenal rate, that they should be getting involved in, and they can very easily sell to their customers.
We need to connect more to what wellness and wellness tourism means. We're not as advanced as our counterparts in Europe, as an example. But I do think there's more recognition because of the businesses that are evolving. And if I take Center Parcs, the new Center Parcs as an example, 50% of their spa goers are new to spa. So that's a very significant figure. And you know, some industry like the fitness industry are making their memberships more affordable and accessible to the mainstream consumer. And actually, going back to what you said about trends, that opening up to the mainstream is actually quite a major trend too. That moving away from the perception that wellness and wellness tourism is all about a luxury niche category is not correct. It's becoming much more mainstream, and the knowledge of that accessibility for normal folks, normal earning people is much more significant than it has been in the past.
So it's a huge industry. It's growing. People want to take their wellness with them. They want to engage in their wellness activity, whatever it is. And I think the travel industry really does need to take a close look at it and incorporate it into their product mix.